So here on my computer I have this zip file
Welcome to the St. John Genealogy Project webcast. Today we will be exploring some lesser-known aspects of the St. John family, uncovering their fascinating stories and ancestral connections.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but it wasn't working for a minute. So anyway, I think it's working now. At least it's showing up on my phone. Not sure if anybody's here, but I'm going to go ahead and go through the agenda. I have some stuff that's pre-recorded, mostly because I've been sick and my voice is still pretty scratchy. So anyway, today we're going to go over requesting Ancestry DNA and downloading it to your computer, downloading your Y-DNA from FTDNA if you want to do that, and then how to request access to upload your DNA to our website. And then I'm going to possibly go through some transcribing records to show you guys how to do that if you're interested in helping out. So the first thing I'm going to do is play some videos. In this video, I'm going to show you how to request your Ancestry DNA raw data. You go into your Ancestry account and navigate to your results summary under the DNA heading, and it brings you to this page. Then you want to go to this DNA settings button right here on the right side. Click that. And then it's going to give you your DNA information. You're going to scroll down to download or delete. I do not know why they put these two things together, but you want to make sure that you're choosing the download DNA data. Do not choose the delete unless you want to delete it forever. So click download DNA data, and it will open up this screen. You're going to confirm that you understand that after you download your DNA data, it will no longer be protected by Ancestry and will assume all risk of storing, securing, and protecting this information. If you agree to that, you check the box, and then you press continue, and then it tells you to check your inbox. You may get a request to confirm your identity either through an email link or by re-entering your password. I've already re-entered my password at another time, so they did not ask me that time. So now I'm going to go back to my DNA page, and I'm going to go and check my email for the link to download. Okay, this is how you download your raw data from Family Tree DNA. So I'm logged in with my brother's kit, and I'm going to scroll down to his big Y results, where you see the YSTR results here. If you didn't take that level, you would probably see it here. But anyway, we're going to click on that YSTR results. And it's going to display them. We're going to scroll down to the bottom. And there is a download CSV file button here. So you click that, and it downloaded it to my computer. Okay, I received an email that my Ancestry DNA data is ready to be downloaded, so I opened it up, and this blue box here will allow me to download it. So you click it, it opens up Ancestry, and it gives you another link, download DNA data, and now it's retrieving the file. And it saved the file as a zip on my computer here. So here on my computer, I have this zip file saved, and I put it in a DNA raw data folder, and this is what I'm going to access when I go to the website. Once you have your Ancestry DNA downloaded, you're going to come to our website, and I built a custom module to our website for uploading your DNA. Now, if you're watching this because you just want to learn about TNG basics, this is a custom module that I built. It's not part of TNG. So, anyway, it's allowing you to upload your DNA, and you're going to request access to upload your DNA to our website. And the reason you have to request access is, one, to prevent spam. We don't want people just uploading junk files or trying to hack the website. So it's a pretty complicated process to prevent that. So you press the Request DNA Access button, and it's going to open up a form. And this is a form that I built. It's not part of TNG. And it has a Before You Start section here on the right. So before you start, you must know your person ID in our family tree. If you do not know your person ID, then you can request it by email. This will only exist if you know that you and your branch are already entered into our website. If you know that you're not in our website and you want to be part of our website and you want to upload your DNA, then you need to use the Submit Your Lineage First form. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. The Submit Your Lineage. It opens up this page, and here you can enter your name, your email address, any DNA test information. This is just optional information, just so I can make sure that it matches what you submit later. If you know who your ancestor is on the tree, let's say that you know that you descend from Matthias, but you don't know if any of his descendants are in the system down to you. You would enter his person ID number. If your branch is entered up to you, let's say your grandfather, you would enter your grandfather's person ID number here. And then you would give me the information about you and your spouse. You would include name, birth, death, marriage, children with dates as known. You don't have to include all of that for living people. Again, be responsible when it comes to living people. They may not want their information shared here, and so you should only share information here that you have permission to share. You can mark public or living people as public, private, things like that. I'll get into that in a second. But anyway, just make sure that whoever you enter here, you have permission to share their information. You don't have to share all the specific information for living people, but if you want to link your DNA to a living person, then you need to give me the living person information so I can add it to the tree. So it's you and your spouse and children to the level that is appropriate, then your parents, and the same information like your siblings and things like that. Again, if it's appropriate to share it. So for this, you're automatically going to be marked living because I know that you're alive because you just submitted a form to me. But your parents, they may be deceased. So you can allow them to be marked as deceased, which makes their records public. Or you can mark them as living, so only their initials are displayed. You can mark as private. You can mark as living and private. Or you can mark as deceased and private, depending on what pertains to your parents. If you want your records to also be private, just put in here, make these records private. Because if you're marked as living, your initials are still going to show. So then you do the same for your grandparents. You choose what their living status is or private status is. Then for everyone that is deceased after your grandparents, they're automatically like your great-grandparents. Shockingly, if they're still alive, that's fantastic. But if they're not, then they're going to be marked deceased if you give me a death date, for example. And that goes all the way down. You have options to enter ancestors back to your 9th great-grandparents. You can add additional ones here in the additional ancestors, and you can also include any comments. And then you press submit, and I will get an email of all this information, and then I will add you to our website. Let's say that you've already been added to our website, but you don't know your person ID number. This is where you do the request person ID by email. So you open that one up, and this is a form. You have to enter your full name, your email address, your birth year is optional, your father's full name, your mother's full name with maiden name. It does me no good when you say both of your parents are Mr. and Mrs. St. John. That gives me nothing. And then any additional information that's going to help me verify that this is you, and you submit request. And I will get an email that you requested your person ID number, and then I will go in and I will look it up for you. And the reason I have to do this, because you're a living person, your information is not public. So when you try to search for yourself, you're not going to find yourself because you're a living person in our system. So only an administrator or someone with editing permissions that can see living people are going to be able to get this number for you. Now, you might be able to get it if your user account, if you're a subscribed member, is linked to your person profile in the tree. But then you should be able to click my page and take you to your page where it will give you your person ID number. So once you have your person ID number, you go back to this request form. My person ID number is I-110. My name is Suzanne. And the test that I'm going to do is autosomal. And the testing company for this one is Ancestry DNA. So you have to submit this form for each file that you want to submit. If you want to submit Ancestry DNA and Y-DNA from Family Tree DNA, you'd have to have 2 submission forms. If you have autosomal DNA from one of these other companies, you may attach those also. However, I do not use these other sites, so I cannot give you instructions on how to download your raw data. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. I primarily have only been using Ancestry DNA and Family Tree DNA because they're the only 2 companies that offer admin collaboration features. And this is exactly why I built this on our website, is because that's a very limited scope. So now that the form is filled out, I'm going to request an access code. And I get this green notice that says access code sent. Check your email for your unique access code and upload the link. And then it's going to tell you what to do if you don't receive an email. So when you get this email, you might be familiar with links that expire. This link is only going to expire once you successfully upload your DNA. So let's say that you get the link and you click on it and you get stuck and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it right now. You're not going to have to re-request a new link. That link is going to work until you have successfully uploaded that file that it's requesting. So what you're going to receive in your email is an email from the website. This is automatically generated. I just get a notification, like I said in the previous section. So anyway, it comes to the email address that you entered. So again, if it's not your email address, then don't enter it. I don't want to get in trouble for spamming people, so please don't put in somebody else's email address. You're going to get this hello. It's going to have your name. Thank you for your interest in contributing to our project, and then you're going to get a unique access code. You can copy this and save it if you want, but you don't need to because the link's going to have that pre-populated, so you can see it right here. So when you click on this button or copy this link, however you want to use it, it's going to be linked to that code. And this is a unique code, and it will only expire when you successfully upload your DNA. If you decide you don't want to upload your DNA, then just delete the email. It's going to give you the information that you entered on your request form. It's going to tell you that you can only use this code once. So if you want to upload multiple kits, you need multiple requests and multiple links. this is what you're going to need to upload your DNA. Again, your person ID number. And I put these links in here to request your person ID or to be added to the tree, just in case somehow you got here without knowing your ID, which is impossible because you needed your ID to get this request form. But just in case, it's here again. You can request it. This is how to get your file from Ancestry DNA, and any questions, just let me know. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the link, and it's going to open it up in a browser. So I used my link, as you can see right here, and it opened up. Enter your access code. The access code is automatically entered, so really all you need to do is continue to the DNA upload. But here are some information about what happens next. So you're going to enter your person ID, review your profile, accept the consent terms, upload your DNA file, and admin will review. Admin being me. So you press continue to DNA upload. Again, you're going to enter your person ID, IMI 110, and you're going to look up your profile. And it's going to show you, this is me, and these are my parents, and this is correct. Continue to consent and upload. So this is telling you that admin approval is required. If I'm not going to accept DNA that I cannot use. Like for example, if your St. John connection is 20 people, 20 generations deep, your ancestry DNA is not going to be useful to us. You're not going to likely have it. I may enter it if you have double ancestors, or if you find that you have St. John matches or something like that on Ancestry, for example. But I don't want to be processing data that is not useful to our project. So your upload will be reviewed, and then if the file is correct, there's no issues with it, it's not a bad script or something like that, then I will upload it into our system. But for now, it's just going to be saved on my server in a folder until it is approved to be uploaded to our database. So you're going to have this DNA use and privacy policy. It's going to tell you what we're going to do with the DNA. We're going to use it for matching, tree integration, research. Your privacy is protected. It is stored securely and never shared with third parties. We only are aggregating the match results and letting you know who your matches are in the system. And then you can delete it anytime by sending me an email. So you're going to choose your file. You're going to enter your email address again so you can get confirmation. And you will need to check all of these boxes. If you don't, you're going to get an error message. 1, please select file. So I'm going to open this DNA raw data. I'm going to attach the file. And I put my email address in there. But I only check 3 of these boxes. And I try to press upload. I'm going to get please check this box if you want to proceed. So I check that one. And I get another error because I left one blank. So you have to check all of these boxes to proceed. And what you're saying is I have permission to upload this DNA data for Suzanne St. John. I'm either the test subject or authorized representative. I consent to have my DNA matched with other St. John family members. I consent to the use of my DNA for St. John family research. I understand the privacy policy and data handling practices, which were listed here. And I confirm this DNA belongs to Suzanne St. John. I do not want DNA that does not belong to the person in the family tree. It's silly. So please make sure that the DNA you're uploading belongs to the person that you said it did, and that you have authorization to share it. Then you're going to press upload DNA file. And it's going to wait. You can see up here I got a spinning. So there. It processed it, and it's giving me this message. Upload received. Your DNA file has been uploaded and is pending administrative approval. And again, it's going to say who the person was with their person ID, the upload ID, so this is the 11th file uploaded to our website, the DNA file that you submitted, and your email address. So here you can go to request another upload DNA file. So if you click that, it's going to take you to the form to request another one to upload. And you're just going to repeat the process until you have all of them uploaded that you want to submit to us. Okay, so after you upload your DNA, you're going to receive an email that says the DNA upload was received and is pending approval. Thank you for uploading your DNA. Your upload is pending approval by our administrator, and then it again gives the information for the DNA kit that you submitted, and you'll receive another email once it's approved. And on my end, I get an email that says DNA upload approval required, Suzanne St. which is the kit that I uploaded for myself. But if it was your kit, it would have your name and your person ID number there. New DNA upload requires approval, and here it gives me the information for what was uploaded, and then I have the option to approve it or reject it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is walk through some of what I talked about with Captain Samuel St. John's family with Abigail and the sources from Ridgefield. And so I'm going to switch screens. Okay, so I have Captain Samuel's record open, and I'm down here in his family section where his kids are listed. So as we discussed in the newsletter, we made some corrections to Abigail. So I have Abigail listed here only once as 77. And I changed the person for 77A to be Abigail Olmsted, and then I attached her from this family. And I attached her to John Marvin Jr. So now they're a separate entity, but if somebody comes and searches for OSA 0077A, they're going to find Abigail Olmsted instead of Abigail St. John now. So that's been fixed on our site. And when I click on Abigail's record, I completed it. Let me get this to open. So I entered in her death date. I put her birth between 1700 and 1720. Like, we don't have any information on that. And that she was born in Connecticut. She could have been born in Norwalk or Ridgefield. And then I put a source for her death record. And that takes us, I clicked it to go down to the source. So I have Ridgefield Town Clerk Land Records, Volume 1. And then it was on folio page 212 to 213. But that's the file name because the image takes 2 pages in a picture. So it's actually page 213, number 18. And if we click on that source, we get the source information and who all this is connected to. And if we click on the image link, you will see that I have the image. And then I have a transcription of it. And I highlighted in bold the ones that are linked and that are St. John related. So on page 212, we have 2 St. John connections there. And then on page 213 is Abigail's record right here. And that matches the source. So I went ahead and numbered these, even though they're not numbered in the record. That way you could find them quickly by the source ID. And so that's part of a collection in an album that I received from Suzanne Betts. And I uploaded all of them into this folder, and we've begun transcribing them. And so Francine Smith has transcribed the first 3, and then I have transcribed pages 212 and 214, and linked them to sources. So what I'm going to show you now is how to create a source and how to link it to a record. So here you can see that I've gotten all the way up to page 235. So my next record is 236. So I'm going to copy that name, and I'm going to go into admin somewhere. So I have all of those sources created. So I'm going to create a new one. And if you have admin permission or editing permission, you can create sources. So what was the page number we're on? Sorry, 236 and 237. So we're going to make sure that we're in the St. John database, not the learning database, and it gives it a source ID. I'm going to paste that there. I'm going to change that to 236 to 237. Select it, copy it, paste it. The author is Ridgefield Town Clerk. And then it is published by Family Search, and the repository is the Ridgefield Town Clerk's office. So that's how we create the source, and I save it. And I save and exit. Now I have a new source in my list, and it has a source ID, which is this number that I'm highlighting. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to the image of this one. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to edit media. I'm going to scroll down to links or media links, where right here, and I can change this type to source, and I can paste that source ID there, press add, and then check the default photo button so that it will display with the source on the person's page whenever this is linked to a person. Save and exit. And now when I go back to that source list, this image is now linked to a source. And if I want to transcribe a record, so like this is the next one in line for me, I would edit the media again. The media file is already connected. It's already in its own folder. It's already connected to a file in that folder, and it already has a thumbnail generated for it. So you do not have to do anything here. You want to scroll down to media information. We have the title, which is just the file name. And then the description field is type the transcript here. So what you can do is, this is a what you see, what you get editor. And so you can make text bold. You can make it italics. You can make it bigger. So anything that like you can do in a basic processing software, you can do here. And so what I would recommend is, let me put this back to normal size. Let's say that you would put the page number. This is 216. And then you would use the number order list and create a list and then copy the line. So what I do is I have the image open on one of my screens and then I type in my other one and then I can transcribe it, without having to do a lot of screen switching. But since I have this live going on, I can't use both my screens to do that. So I'm just going to leave that like that and save. And then it will be updated if you refresh the page. So now you can see that it says page 216 and number 1. So that's pretty much where I started. But the ones that I have done, I have the page number, the line entries, and I just made one line entry per person. I did not, if it broke pages or broke line, I still just recorded it as one line. That way it could be referenced easier. So it's page 212, number 1 or number 7, and so forth. And then at the bottom, I put transcription complete. Whoops, sorry. I accidentally clicked it. Let me go back. Dun, dun. I clicked the link there. So a transcription completed by Suzanne St. John, February 18th, 2026. And that's just so that if you had questions about it, I know who, or if I have questions about it, I know who to ask. But that's pretty much how to transcribe and how to create a source and how to link it to a source. And if you would like to help us get these transcribed, because I hopefully will have more of the land records for Ridgefield and Norwalk eventually, we could definitely use some help transcribing these and finding the records that have St. John in them. Does anybody have any questions before I go? I'm going to wait for the screen to catch up because what I'm watching is a few seconds behind where I'm at. So does anybody have any questions? If not, have a great day and I'll see you next